Can you believe that a cat could form a close daily bond with a meerkat? It sounds almost impossible, right? Cats and meerkats are from completely different worlds. One is a beloved household pet known for its independence, and the other is a small social mammal found in the arid deserts of Africa. You wouldn't expect them to get along, much less become inseparable friends. But sometimes life has a way of surprising us today. We're going to share the incredible story of how a cat named Nice and a meerkat named Sua against all odds forged a friendship that melted the hearts of thousands of people across the world. What makes this story even more remarkable is that it didn't take place in the wild or some exotic jungle. It happened in a cozy home in Russia, where a woman named Katerina made an unexpected decision that changed their lives forever. Katerina was a 45-year-old woman living in a quiet town in Russia, and she'd always loved animals at the time. She had an 8-year-old cat named Nice, who had been her loyal companion for many years. Nice was the typical cat, independent, calm, and loved his peaceful life at home. He enjoyed lounging by the window, soaking in the sunlight and living his life on his own terms, as cats tend to do. But everything changed. One day when Katerina visited a local petting zoo, it was a spontaneous visit, one she hadn't planned for. But little did she know that it would lead to something extraordinary. As she walked around the zoo, she noticed a tiny baby Meerkat. He was full of energy, darting around his enclosure, and his playful nature caught her eye. The meerkat had been born in captivity, destined to spend his life at the petting zoo, far away from the vast deserts where his species roams in the wild. Katerina felt an instant connection with the little meerkat, whose lively spirit and curious nature seemed to draw her in. It was a bond she couldn't quite explain. But she knew one thing for sure. She couldn't leave him behind. After some thought, she made the decision to adopt the meerkat, whom she named Sua. She had no idea what to expect, but something in her heart told her this was the right thing to do. Now, bringing home a meerkat was already a bold move. But what made it even more uncertain was the fact that Katerina already had Nice. Her calm settled. How would Nice react to this new addition? Cats are known for being territorial, and Katerina was worried that introducing Surya into their home might upset the balance. Would Nice reject him? Or even worse, could they become rivals, creating tension in what had always been a peaceful home? When Katerina brought Surya home, the first meeting between the two animals went Nice, as expected, was called cautious. He had never seen a creature like Surya before. Small, quick, and full of energy. He kept his distance, his eyes fixed on the little meerkat as he watched his every move from a safe corner of the room. Nice didn't hiss or growl, but the suspicion in his gaze was clear. After all, Nice had always been the king of his domain, and now there was an intruder in his space. Surya, on the other hand, was filled with curiosity. Meerkats are naturally social creatures, and in that they rely on their close family groups for survival. Despite being raised in captivity, Sua's instincts told him that he needed companionship, and he saw something in Nice that drew him in. Surya wanted to get closer to Nice, but he understood that he had to approach with caution. The first few days were filled with moments of uncertainty. Nice continued to observe Surya from a distance, keeping his guard up while Surya would try to engage Nice, be inching closer whenever he could. Katerina watched nervously, wondering if her two pets would ever warm up to each other. She feared that they might never bond, but then something remarkable happened one evening while Nice was lounging on the couch as he always did. Surya decided to take a chance. Slowly and cautiously, Sora approached the couch. Where Nice was resting, Katerina held her breath, unsure of what would happen next. Would Nice push him away? Would he finally show some aggression to her? Her surprise, Nice didn't move. He simply glanced at Sua as if acknowledging his presence, and then went back to lounging. Encouraged by this, Surya carefully climbed onto the couch and snuggled up next to Nice. It was a quiet moment, but it marked the beginning of a profound friendship. From that point on, everything changed. Surya and Nice became inseparable. Surya followed Nice everywhere, mimicking his every move, whether they were eating, playing, or simply relaxing. They did it together. Their bond was undeniable, and it seemed to grow stronger with each passing day. Nice, who'd once been so reserved, seemed to enjoy Sawyer's company. The two animals, so different in every way, had found a connection that neither Katerina nor anyone else could have predicted. Sawyer's lively personality brought a new energy into Nice's life. They would chase each other around the house playfully, wrestling on the floor, and then collapse together for a nap. Katerina couldn't believe what she was seeing. These two animals who should have been incompatible had become best friends. It was as though Sua had found in Nice the family he had always needed, and Nice in turn found joy in having a companion who adored him. As their bond deepened, Katerina noticed something interesting about Surya. Despite being the younger and more energetic of the two, Sua was fiercely protective of Nice. Whenever someone tried to pick up or pet Nice, Surya would leap into action. He would chirp, squeak, and nudge Nice away as if trying to shield him from any potential danger. It was as though Surya had appointed himself Nice's bodyguard, always watching over his best friend. Katerina was both amused and touched by Sua's protectiveness. Here was a small Meerkat acting like a guardian for a much larger and stronger cat. It was a role reversal that no one could have predicted, but it was clear that Sua took his job seriously. He didn't want anyone coming between him and his friend. One of the most heartwarming aspects of their friendship was how they interacted during playtime. Sua, with his boundless energy, would initiate games of chase, darting around the room in quick bursts. Nice, though less energetic, would join in his movements, more measured, but still playful. After their games, they would always return to each other's side, ready to relax and enjoy each other's company. Katerina started sharing their unique friendship on social media. She posted pictures and videos of Nice and Surya's daily life, showing the world how these two very different animals had become best friends. The response was overwhelming. People from all over the world were captivated by their bond, leaving comments filled with admiration and love for this unlikely pair. Katerina's Instagram account quickly gained followers, and soon Nice and Sua's story went viral. People couldn't get enough of the adorable photos and videos of the two animals playing, snuggling, and even protecting each other. It was a beautiful example of how friendship can blossom in the most unexpected ways, and their story brought joy to everyone who heard it. As the world watched their friendship unfold, it became clear that Nice and Surya's bond was something truly special. It wasn't just about two animals living together. It was about love, trust, and the deep connection that can form when two beings, no matter how different, find common ground in the wild. Nice and Surya would have never crossed paths. Their worlds were too different, their survival instincts too strong. But in the safety and warmth of Katerina's home, they had the chance to build a friendship that defied the odds. Their story is a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful relationships come from the most unlikely of pairings. As we come to the end of this heartwarming tale, we can't help but reflect on the power of connection. Nice and Surya's friendship shows us that differences don't have to divide us. Whether it's between animals or people, there's always the potential for understanding, love, and companionship, if we're willing to give it a chance. Before you go, we'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever witnessed an unlikely friendship between animals, or maybe you have a pet with unique bond of their own? Share your story in the comments below and tell us your name and your pet's name. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Heartwarming stories like this one. You never know what incredible friendships are out there, just waiting to be discovered.